YouTube, hello, it is I, your cold lady, your cold father, your cold daddy Keronzi back once again. We are returning to Eorzea once more. Shock horror, I know. But, hey, I will say, I hope you enjoyed the surprise upload that you got, YouTube. Don't let Twitch chat know, but you got some exclusive content. Yesterday, I was over at I Am Trinky's place, and it's with channel, and we ended up playing Chained Together, that hit new Wonder game that is essentially taking Twitch by storm again, as games want to do. You know, it's only up, but co-op. Shock horror, we didn't get far in the time we spent. But we are going to go back to it. We are going to continue trying, for better or worse. But hey, if you're interested, please give that a check. But hey, if you are new or a returning viewer, thank you very much for watching this video. I do appreciate it greatly. You can hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel grow. It really helps things out. Really, it boosts my ego. And I mean, if that's not something to do, don't do that. You don't need to do that. Boosting my ego is not going to help anything or anyone. Likes and comments go a long way to helping the video as well. This is a first time playthrough, so please try and avoid spoilers. I mean, especially as with obviously a more focus on Dawn Trail, I'm probably going to become more stringent. Like, just don't spoil anything. You can talk about the stuff that I've experienced in prior videos, or even in this video itself, but like, don't spoil. I'm probably going to become ironclad on any, even jokes of spoilers. I'm probably just not going to tolerate at this point, especially with Dawn Trail literally on our doorsteps. But hey, there's also the Lore Objects merch store. There is my throne link. There might be an appearance by Mr. Mox. Tomorrow we're planning on doing the Binding Coils. So we're going to be experiencing that story tomorrow, or at least starting to. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But we're just going to pause you very quickly. And yeah, I'm just going to get the game started, and we'll go from there. And you'll see me when I'm in the room, probably, as long as I remember to actually unpause. See in a minute, YouTube. Or a second, probably. Alright, YouTube, we're back. Yeah, I'm going 80 to 100 on rings. And it's like, I'm using farming, the 90 relic tools and the 80 gear. Fair. No, not that. That. Underway, eventually still going. Yeah. I've done fashion report for at least the bonus. We don't have that. I might never get to this. To be honest, probably what you should be looking at. I mean, I would expect that now is probably good for doing it, because like people start buying and everything. Anyway, I got none of my crafting or anything set up. I need to like find time this week. It's just far too warm to do anything. Yeah, I could go and check them. I just won't be able to afford anything. Alright, so all we need to do is just, what we need to do is constantly talk, because I don't want to get DMCA'd. But no, we've got to, it's here, fantastic. Let's see how badly we do. Alright. Yeah. You know what, I never done my dailies. Alright. Oh. Nope. Didn't get it. 3 to 4 in a minute. I might try very large in the expansion. Hey, good luck. You know what? I mean, there is nothing. Yeah. So there was nothing even signifying that I'd even get that. Well, roll the dice. Yeah. Fantastic. Right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do the proof of might. Do that. So what I haven't done is I haven't done my dailies for the day. Reputation, yeah, I'm like halfway through Al-Marji because that's what I've been focusing on. So I can get that like kind of done. Now I can do the other ones. Alright, I was not expecting this. I like the music. Sounds like a boss music. No, I have not unlocked the Sylph shit. I've been trying to get around to doing it, but I really need to. I got the quest for the Sylph's unlock, I just haven't done it. Proof of might. Help! For the love of the 12, help me! Hey, kids, over here. That's better. Didn't get the normal sound for duty complete. I owe you my life, friend. Another breath, and I would have become worm fodder. A Duskrite Lancer unleashed the fiends upon us, claiming it would temper our courage. You should have seen the look in his eyes when he said it. Mad bastard. Where is he now? I think he headed off towards North Shroud. Maybe in the direction of Fulgord's float? Can't say for sure. I was concentrating on the Scale Kin at the time. If the reckoning you seek, you are like to be disappointed. Those of us who managed to outrun the worms will have already alerted the whalers. I dare say the Duskrite is being held at spear point as we speak, begging for all his worthless life in a puddle of his own piss. Serves the bastard right and all. No, probably not. He's probably bested all of them. Probably this way, actually. Oh, hello. That works. Yeah, from whatever boss it probably dropped from, yeah, probably. I mean, it was awesome music. I didn't notice that. That looks funky. What the hell is it? Yep. That is exactly as I was expecting. Quickly. What's kept you? Helping your comrades, you say? Fool. You waste your pity on false friends. It is only a matter of time before they betray you. Aye, just like those wretches who saw me imprisoned and exiled. I was once an upright citizen of Grandania, and a man of the Lancers Guild. Yet life was not easy. For what of the coin to obtain the barest necessities? I conspired with my closest comrades to steal from the guild's coffers. The theft soon came to light, and though there were no suspects, it was clear that the deed had been perpetrated by someone within their ranks. An air of suspicion hung heavy over the guild from that day forth, until at last, unable to bear the guilt, I convinced my accomplices to join me in confessing. Oh, and they threw you under the bus. Only for them to bite their craven tongues after I had stepped forward and admitted my part in the crime. And so it was that I alone took the blame. Of course, it was the Dusk Rites, everyone said. Was there ever any doubt? It all made perfect sense. Despite my heartfelt pleas, my so-called friends denied any involvement. Instead, they called me vulgar names that I do not care to repeat. Can you imagine the shock and anguish I felt at their betrayal? Would that I have had the strength to force the truth out of those traitors. Would that I had the courage to escape my dungeon cell, even if it meant taking some helpless guard's life. Driven by vengeance is no small amount of self-loathing, I resolved to forge my courage anew. I strode into the lair of ravenous fiends while drenched in blood. I put their helpless offspring to the spear that I might face the unbridled fury of their kin. For my efforts, I acquired the ultimate courage. A courage forged amidst danger and tempered by rage. I fear nothing. I am the greatest lancer that has ever lived. That one I'm going to have to get out of the way of. Ah, that was the wrong one to use. Yeah, I had a feeling. Well, we'll see. I envisioned I would kill him. Oh, he's probably going to go off the cliff, isn't it? Yeah, impossible. My courage is absolute. Yep. No, come no closer. Yeah. Sad end. Oh, excuse me, sir? Back to Grindania. So full class is no more. His was a tragic tale. And one that might have been so different, had fate not dealt him such a cruel hand. He could well have commanded a place of honor within these walls. But it availeth naught to dwell upon what might have been. It is enough that you are here with us, Ilya. Lest you wonder about your final trial, there will be none. I have seen all I need to see. You have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that yours is genuine courage. In recognition of this, I shall pass to you the secrets of Lance Charge, one of the most potent abilities in our arsenal. You're a Lancer in your own right now. There is naught more I can teach you. From here onwards, it is up to you to seek out challenges that will make you grow. Like attracts like, and the strong are drawn to strength. Just as I once knew for a certainty that I was destined to face the Lord of the Bramble Patch, so too will you find, or be found by, an adversary of equal worth. None can say what fate will bring, but armed with your courage, there is naught you need to fear. Keep close to your heart the lessons you have learned here, and go forth to blaze a new trail with spear in hand. Need any of that stuff. Oh, you have something for me already? Ah, I have the dragon. Yaren seeks your aid in assisting an old friend. Ah, I dare say you might be just the right woman for the job. The guild has urgent need of a capable lancer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. I've received word from an Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. I will have you go and provide that aid. As you may already know, due to her ongoing conflict with the dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to outsiders for some time. The occasional dragoon on patrol is about all folks see these days. In spite of her self-imposed isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honor her obligations to her allies. Beg to differ. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend what assistance we can. To this end, we offered to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but were politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It was later explained that we are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance, and who fits that description save adventurers. Secrecy being paramount, I can provide no details as to the nature of the task. All you need to know will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to the observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Alberic will receive you on arrival. I might as well continue this on. See, they're having fun. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom Yawen sent word. Greetings and well met. I am Sir Albrecht Bale, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged for your aid. Time being of the essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The eye, an Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth, has been stolen. We have reason to believe the culprit has come this way, so it is that we ask your assistance in its recovery. The thief has been identified as a man named Estining, a dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Aye, you heard true. The crime was perpetrated by one of our own, an individual in a position of trust and no little honor. You may be assured that a fate worse than death awaits him upon capture. My duties to the sea afford me little opportunity to travel far beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Grindanian affairs. I was told that a sentry by the name of Lodge Daniel might have knowledge of the routes taken by Ishgardian fugitives. I would prefer to keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information you can from the man. You must act quickly, for you see, Estienne is... But I've already said too much. What matters is we find our faith. Not quite. We are in the area, but we're not actually going to Isengard. What the matters is that we find a faith and the eye with all haste. When last sighted, Estienne was clad in black armor. Now go, and speak not a word of what I have told you to anyone. That's fine, I mean, we don't talk anyway.
Hello.
What? Hello.
So, that name's pronounced Estinian.
Sure, I'm just going to say it wrong every time.
He's the Azure Dragoon.
Routes favoured by Guardian fugitives? Now that's a question I don't hear every day. Are you plotting some unsavoury act yourself, are you? Even if you were, I doubt you'd make it far. Any road, we've caught a few fleeing to the North Shroud. What with Grindanian being home to nearly as many Elzen as Ishgard, it's no easy task to identify outsiders. If you're on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than to visit Florentel's spire in the North Shroud and speak with a man named Idrastian or Idristan. If any suspicious persons has crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. But welcome back.
Thank you.
Or should I say welcome in? Without that. It's not an actual attack, it's a boost. Hail, adventurer! Yes, I'm the one tasked with monitoring those who would enter our lands by way of Corthus. An Ishgardian knight clad in black armor? No, I recall nothing of the sort. And such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friends. I can only suggest that you return to Lodge Drenel and see if he has any other theories. I'm just going to send me back and forth, I say. No, like you say, I was curious. Why? It is not impossible that a fugitive could make it this far without being espied from Florentel's spire. which leaves the possibility that your man is still in Ishgard. It runs counter to good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put distance of grounds between him and his pursuers? But, by the process of deduction, it is a possibility. Not spending he's been framed. The climes of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there have been talks of curious smoke wafting from a cave east of here at night. Where are you? I might begin my search there. Oh, right. These guys are actually going to be angry at me.
No. Oh, yeah. Maybe.
I'm only level 33, so...
Oh, yeah.
$34 now. Oop. That Ishgardian would resort. That Ishgard would resort to sending coin-starved adventurers after me. I know not whether to laugh or feel insulted. The eye it rouses for another? Preposterous. Our path shall cross again. You can be sure of it. Whoosh. What's the bet that most of these people are going to be like, no, that's impossible. You can't be a dragoon. A dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. By the Fury. That the eye would choose another? I had not thought it possible. In light of recent events, it would seem an explanation is in order. The eye is no ordinary realm. It harbors the power of a dragon, which it bestows upon a single chosen soul, the strongest and wisest dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed of the power to fight our mortal foes, the dragons of Dravania, on equal footing, soaring to the firmament as if it were an extension of the land. What? What are you talking about, man? Speak in English! Oh wait, we're in Ishgard. Okay, speak in Ishgardian, I guess. That man is known as the Azure Dragoon. The Azure Dragoon is the light of hope for all Ishgardians, and the paragon of all dragoons. For this reason, you may now imagine how it pains me to have to confess that the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the Azure Dragoon, and that I was once its teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Estenstein's misdeeds, and mean to do all in my power to find and recover the eye, but I cannot do this alone. I require your help, Ilya. You who have received the power of the dragon. You may labor to believe it, but there can be no mistake. The soul of the dragoon I bear glows in your presence. Irrefutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before in Ishgard's long history has the eye roused to more than one individual in a single generation. But it avails us naught to cudgel our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vessel for the power of the dragon. That dragon lies dormant, lies yet in slumber, however, and you must needs possess the means to wake it, the soul of the dragoon. I would entrust you with mine, Ilya. Like Estenstein, I once ruled the skies as the Azure Dragoon. Although that power has since become lost to me, it was simply by force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my person. I have no inkling as to why the Eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider at that. Yet one thing is clear, none can challenge the Azure Dragoon and conceivably prevail save another Azure Dragoon. You are our only hope of bringing Estenstein to justice and reclaiming the Eye. Of course, I do not ask that you do this unaided. I may be a Dragoon no more, but what knowledge I have, I shall gladly impart to you. For indeed, when the time comes that you must face the Azure Dragoon, naught less than complete mastery over the power of the dragon will avail you. That a perilous road lies ahead of you, I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you would still lend me your lance, I will teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young dragoon, and rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. Oh my. Your inner dragon goes stronger. Alright, I need to reach level 35 for that. Yes, transfer. So, something I am going to have to do, though, is I'm going to have to grab... Jump! Oh, that's actually a better weapon. Fair enough. Well, you know what? Let me add that. Well, do I really need Lancer as a base set anymore? Probably not.
No.
Okay. So I can probably get rid of Arcanist as well, because I don't really need that.
Yep.
Delete that. Yes. But all the numbers are now wrong. No. You know what, I'm gonna sort that later, I don't care. It really matters not to me.
I have a cosplay for you.
Okay.
I'm not sure you're going to guess who it is, though. Not this one.
Oh yeah, no, I imagine that...
But this one. Wrong. Damn glamour plate. All right. Where are you headed next? I'll show you when we get somewhere glamour plates actually work.
Well, I've got to go back to more donuts.
Right.
Because I need to... I've got to carry on the MSQ, right?
Yes. Yes, you must.
There, you can work on your glamour plates then. I wasn't going to say me, seeing as you were wearing the same top that I had.
Mm.
I would probably say Goku.
Yes. Yes.
Your hair's not spiky enough.
I ain't changing the hairstyle.
It's a shame that you can't, like, link hairstyles to glamour plates and everything.
Yeah. I mean, it can get a little annoying. You can link different, well, blah, 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 champions online.
Yeah.
You can completely alter everything about your character between costumes.
Mm.
Yeah, so it can get a little annoying.
True. Alright, Minfilia, what do you have? Minfilia would discuss how to best proceed in light of recent developments. I mean to scour the annals for knowledge of Midgarsoma. Given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few... You hear that? The commotion outside. Would you see if aught is amiss? Yep, no Dagrons for us. Alright, Alpha, now what's going on? Ilya, 'tis well that you are on hand with a problem. Roalia has escaped. It happened shortly after the Immortal Flame took her into custody. She had been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. The turnkey was found slain along with 2 guards. 'Tis plain she received inside help. Citizens report seeing Roali quitting the city via the gates of Nald with a bloodied spear in her hand. She makes for Castrum Meridium, I am certain of it. With her fate and Eorzea as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee to her imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ilred and the First are hot upon Roali's heels. Pray make haste to Camp Blue Fog and join the hunt. Yep, away we go. Yep. Hey, Ilbert. My thanks for coming, Scion. I have spoken to the soldiers here. They say that Roali walked through the camp not a bell ago. Aye, she walked right through. Did you not, you did not miss here. We have Ruban's decision to keep the matter secret. To thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. As a result, not a single flame in the garrison made an attempt to detain her. And so here we are. Raleigh must not be allowed to reach Castrum Meridium. Or Meridanium. Don't know why you were doing exercises in front of him. Is not who I was speaking to. Who you're showing off.
I'm here to raise troop morale.
I made a mistake. In this area. I bet you can guess what it was.
No.
What if I said it was a fate?
Still need more context.
In Ruban's push. That's actually up right now. The one at the top. Yes, covalency, the one at the top. I thought it was a good idea to go and play with it.
Right.
It was not a good idea. I think that's a common mistake. Yeah, it kicked my ass. It's a giant chimera. It's basically on par with cancer. I thought it was a good idea. I thought it was a good idea to solo as a blue mage. I mean, it's probably possible as a blue mage. I mean, if Mox was about, I'd say, do you want to go and play with the Chimera? It's not. Yep, well, time for a doot here. This wretch was with Raleigh. He threw himself at us so that his mistress might escape. She didn't blink when we cut him down. Not even when he started screaming. No loyalty even to her own. The goddamn harpy. 2. With me, Scion. We almost have her. Oh, we want her alive, okay. Let's take out everyone else. So that everyone can then just essentially focus on her. Yep. Or not. Hey, assholes. You wanna stab me? I'm gonna have to take you out manually. They're all good. Alright, Chica's probably in an invulnerable state until all of these guys are taken out. Really? Hey, 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 hey. Where you going? Where you going? Hey! Yugiri is here. You know what? I'm gonna have to go and heal frickin' Illbred, otherwise he's gonna die.
Yeah, you don't want to let that.
No. Probably have to go watch out for Yuyahase as well. Where are you, you frickin' little potato? Oh my god. What on earth is going on here? Duty's complete, okay.
I sent you a little present over Discord.
Alright. Bind her, and do it tight. Oh my. Yes, sir. Good work, men. She and her Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. People looked up to you as one of the Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fallen so low. What do you know of low? You, a spoiled little lordling who has never known any want. People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. You think it's your God-given right to rule over others. You know naught of our plight, the injustice that we lowborn and Ishgardians must endure. And to the noble lords and ladies, we are not people, but resources to be consumed. I did not want to I did what I had to do to survive. Stealing, killing, even whoring myself. It is no fault of mine if fools imagined me a paragon when I joined the Flames. To hear you tell it, one would think you are the only person ever to have suffered. In case you have forgotten, Ruban himself was born into poverty. As was I. We lived hand to mouth, with little more than shirts on our backs. Hunger was a constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted the hand we had been dealt and played it to the best of our abilities. Life was a battle, aye, but no matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. How are we any different then? 'Tis true that we were both mercenaries of lowly birth. And 'tis true that we are both had our fair share of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, you sold your comrades. If life has taught me one thing, it is that you never betray your own. I would sooner cut off my own arm than raise a hand against a friend. But enough talk. You will return to Uldar and face justice, and the people whose trust you have dragged through the gutter. Alright, what have you sent me? Yeah, you're a son of a bitch. I joined the Crystal Bay Braves that I might strike a blow against the Empire. Those who cast their lot with Garlemald should expect no better treatment. Not so much a hint of remorse. 'Tis well that this sordid business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We must hope that we have chosen our allies more wisely than Ruban chose his.
I have heard. Truly bothersome business.
Oh, Teleji, what are you up to?
No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Roban. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the blades watch him in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace.
Teleji, what are you up to?
Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while. Nanamo Ulnamo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
Teleji? Teleji, what are you playing at? Alphino would ask another favor of you. Captain Ilbred and I have a few questions for the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstance of her miraculous escape. When we have completed our interrogation, we shall take our findings directly to General Ruban, and that shall be the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend. My thanks. But I have one last task for you. Return to the Rising Stones and appraise Menphilia of all that has happened. I'm aware that the Ascendant held Roali in high regard. For better or worse, she will want to know how this tale ends. Are you still standing in front of that Chimera?
No.
No?
No.
Oh. I learnt my lesson last time. I'm going to try again. Not without a group, anyway. What?
No, I don't think it'd work. Don't worry. Ignore me.
Were you thinking we could two-man it?
No.
What were you planning? Or do I not want to know?
You don't want to know.
Why? Because you fear I might actually say, sure, let's do it?
Pretty much, yeah.
God damn it. You know how crazy I am. Alright. Are we different at this point? No, we're not different. Good evening, happy Sunday. Hey, Eskimox. How's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. I thought you'd be on holiday by now.
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alfino. To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent. I know not what to say. Together with Robon, Eline lent us much-needed aid at the time of our Order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then. But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Asians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled.
Alright. Tomorrow morning? Ah, fair enough. You want rid of me that much? No, I was expecting you to already be enjoying your holiday.
My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with White Auracite, the miraculous material that'll allow us to capture Asian souls. Back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
So is their plan to just trap an Asian soul and then shatter the crystal before it's expelled?
In addition to Auracite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength.
Yeah, if it's stronger than what can be contained.
Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
'Tis our belief that an Asian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
Oh.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Asian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our
One shot
sole
kind of thing.
clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy. Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Heidelin placed the means to destroy the Asians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Heidelin did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had two pieces of white auracite? One to trap the Asian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Ida has a good idea.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
'Twould seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the aura site. And I could do with some help. Urianger, why don't you lend me a hand?
Mine apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands.
Keronzi is just traveling backwards and forwards.
Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there, then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
Oh dear. Should not have told her you were home alone, Urianger.
While you were afield, word arrived from the Charlian motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident at the Isle of Val. What they discovered was troubling, to say the least. According to the report, the Isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
Aye.
That's not good.
Yet the mystery endeth not with the Isle's disappearance.
Oh.
It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
That
All
doesn't sound good.
indications suggest Ascian involvement. But I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the Dark Beings call the One True God. We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
Enjoy is loose, surely. You know the fun I gotta deal with. Minnie Devil is so excited. She's stuttered bad today when she's getting the words muddled. Aww. We're good though. Finished packing today. I just got to pack the car in the morning. Rip Stranger's sanity. Enjoy the fun of that, Tetris.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
How is that spelled Huayu? Or how is that pronounced Huayu? Seriously.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the Media Project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the Primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone.
Treason? They're gonna claim for it then?
In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varus Zos Galvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
The current emperor.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so
she's
doing,
like a triple
she
agent.
helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
The Syndicate? Can't wait to see him fight it. Hope you're all good. Minor lurking, playing Fallout 4 before Stranger plays Destiny. That's fair. Thank you for the lurk, I appreciate it.
7 hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
More like a triple agent, Ruban.
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune.
Ruban, what are you planning?
How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve. I know you can hear me, monetarist scum! Your crimes will not go unpunished! purge this land of your sickness before the eyes of the 12. I swear it!
Let's go, Ruban! Down with the monetarists! Down with the monetarists, Ruban!
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace. I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
They're probably already not.
Has the situation grown so grim?
What?
Ever since he proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the syndicate?
Didn't realize that all of them were here having a tea party.
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Ul'dah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together.
I'm sure the Empire has the monetarists in their pocket anyway.
Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole.
At least some of them.
Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people.
Is she planning on abdicating so that they can have a true, like, election or something?
For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
Now we've caught on.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here. When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Roban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people. Roban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
I was gonna say, at this point, even though she is the ruler of Ul'dah, she is but a powerless figurehead. Alright.
Welcome to patch 2.5.
Okay, so we're in 2.5 now.
Yep.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end then.
Mm-hmm.
Minfilia is considering which of her many responsibilities demand her utmost attention. I don't think there's a chance I'm going to be finishing this before Dawn Trail.
You have 24 quests.
Yeah, exactly. And one that's a very long one at some point.
There's a long cutscene, but...
Well, I count that all as one thing.
You've got a dungeon and a trial to come as well.
Yeah. And we're going to be doing the binding coils tomorrow, so that's going to take up most of our time, probably.
Yeah, it depends on how you want to go for it.
True.
Because if you want me to hold back, I will.
I mean, at least seeing some of the things, getting a good look at the bosses would be nice. Rather than you just walking up and just, like, spanking them.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see. I mean, you never know. For some reason, we might actually get a full group. I'm not going to hold my breath. I am in no way holding my breath.
Fair enough.
Minfilia is considering which of her many responsibilities demands her utmost attention. I'm most eager to address the Ascian threat. However, we dare not neglect our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that Saint Shiva will not be the last primal we face, and our relationship with Ishgard is still tenuous at best. To think that the resolution to the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Some days I wonder if it was wiser for us to take on so many responsibilities. Lest you forget, Descendants, the Scions need not shoulder the burden alone. Were not the Crystal Braves established for this very reason? true that we are presented with a multitude of problems. However, we have all of the resources we need to address them in turn. Ilya, in particular, is ever a steadying hand who I trust will continue to support the Braves. Now, this actually raises a very interesting question. Given what we just learned in the last cutscene, if the Sultana basically dissolves both the Syndicate and, of course, she's going to dissolve the Sultanate as well, essentially. Like, isn't most of the fundings for the Braves coming from the Syndicate? If that just ceases, like, the Braves lose basically their primary source of income. Or primary source of funding, I should say.
I mean, I've said before that when you directly ask me a question and I say nothing.
No. Look. It's fine. I totally get it. Like I said, I'm corkboarding. We're corkboarding here, alright?
I mean, well, you've got to realise that if she effectively dissolves all current form of government, does she have a plan for something to immediately step in?
Well, from the sounds of things, no. She's just unleashing chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, she wants it to be I imagine she's got something in mind that it's a democratically elected leader. But probably in the interim, we'll have one of the branches of their military hold, like, martial law, essentially. The one of which would probably be the Immortal Flames, seeing as they're the ones that have been supporting the refugees and the common people the most.
But when has there ever been a benevolent military dictatorship?
True. Which is why it likely would be temporary, and that's what Raban would ensure it to be. If Raban even survives any kind of rebellion or uprising, or the chaos that ensues.
And it sure looks like Telegi's got something up his
Telegi's got something up his sleeve for, like, 3 of them. Lolorito, Nemo, and Ruban. All of which are lightly sus targets. He's probably not going to move against Lolorito. Because for as much as they're at loggerheads now, once things settle down for whatever he's planning, they could probably make amends and, get him in on whatever he's planning on the Cartanu Flat. As they've said, potentially probably trying to get his hands on the Omega weapon. In all honesty, if he's not, from his ominous meanings, he either is aware of what Nemo is planning by abdicating, or if he is planning, either way, he's planning on dealing with Ruban in a very finite terms, is what my guess would be. Because if he does anything to the Sultana to harm her, Ruban is going to flip his lid.
Okay.
Of which Ruban would then... Well, given how close they have made out the relationship between Ruban and the Sultana, it's that's all but assured that if something happens to the Sultana, Ruban will basically just go crazy.
I have to admit, I'm enjoying the fact that you are getting into the politicking.
Look, I'm happy to go on to any politics other than our own, because our own is so shit and I don't really need to deal with it.
No, it's just that most players, especially streamers, tend to find all of this very dull.
God, no.
You know, and then
The political intrigue is fantastic.
one of the biggest breakthrough hit shows in the last 10 years was
West Wing, right? Oh, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
which was political intrigue.
Yes.
West Wing's older. Oh, West Wing's older than that. West Wing's about 20 years old now, I think.
Yeah, or more.
Probably. No, it's got to be at least 20 because I mean I think it's basically I think it started off as kind of a parody of what Bush's reign, or like meant to be in the aftermath of Bush's reign.
I never watched it. Shows that are purely political
Yeah, no, that's fair.
are not my cup of tea.
I mean, I've never watched it. All I know is it did not have Kevin Spacey in it before Kevin Spacey was not to be touched by a little barge pole.
It also had Martin Sheen, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway,
we're getting off topic.
carry on with the quest.
Yes, Ilya. Yeah, I read this one. To what do we owe the pleasure? Have there been further developments regarding the situation in Uldar? As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of their highest-ranking officers was a Garlean agent. Suffice to say, Teleji Adeleji and his monetarist ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn the situation to their advantage. Coupled with ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard-pressed. Plainly, General Raban needs our help. I will direct the Crystal Blades to offer what support they can. If I am to stay abreast of the latest developments and issue effective orders, however, I cannot afford to waste time traveling back and forth. And so, for the foreseeable future, I think it would be best if I were to remain in Uldar, unless you have any objection. None whatsoever. We have matters here well in hand. Moonbrae's research is proceeding as planned. She tells me, though I'm not familiar with the details. Urianger is poring over his tomes of the Waking Sands, and the others are contributing in their own ways. Alas, the key problem, how to form an ethereal blade at will, remains unsolved. Nevertheless, it is only a matter of time. Ilya, while we focus on that task, mayhap you could assist Alphino and his braves with theirs? It would do much to restore faith in the Immortal Flames if the Warrior of Light was seen working on their behalf. Never forget that your esteemed status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound to organizations and nations cannot. As ever, I implore you to do so. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. Now then, there are preparations I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Raoul's latest reports. He has proven to be quite skilled at gathering information. Others wish kept secret. Hence why I placed him under my direct command and ordered him to investigate the Ildarn riots. When you are finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a favor to ask. If there are any developments on our front, I shall inform you at once in the usual fashion. Just ring in my ears. Now might be a good time for me to go and do that other quest that I was meant to do in the Waking Sands as well, once I have to head back to Uldar. I imagine I'm going back to Uldar.
Yep. I would hold off.
Okay.
3 seconds. Yeah, you got a couple of runarounds, but they're you should hit the dungeon
Right.
fairly soon.
Okay.
And if it gets too late, then it might not happen.
True. Hello, Ilya. Are you sleeping well? You must be absolutely exhausted from saving the realm on a daily basis. We just don't sleep. Ever since Moonbraider arrived, the Rising Stones has been buzzing with excited energy. I must admit, her enthusiasm is rather contagious. I'm unfamiliar with the dishes of the lands of the north. Perhaps once Moonbraider has concluded her research, she might deign to share with me her culinary knowledge. Moonbraider has charged us with acquiring some rather esoteric manuscripts, but I am afraid the task has proven to be nigh impossible. When the city of learning was abandoned, a great many tomes were scattered and lost. How smoothly our research might proceed, were we able to pursue the archives of yesteryear? We needed a rare ore to modify the white auracite, and Thancred solved the problem using only his link pearl. I mean, it's great and everything, but where's the fun in that?
So, the mention of the City of Learning.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
I imagine it was a stronghold that they had in 1.0 that essentially is lost to them at this point.
It was lost before 1.0.
Okay.
So, I think it's 15 years prior. When the Garlean Empire first started to invade parts of Eorzea, there was a Sharlayan outpost in the Eorzea vicinity.
Right.
That's where Alfino and Alizé were born. And yeah, they basically, when Garlemald invaded, they went, no, we don't do fighting, and they abandoned the city and went back to their original homeland.
Okay. So basically just let the Garleans just take it.
Well, the Garleans looked as though they were going to be on course for taking all of Eorzea.
Right,
so they
okay.
just preemptively went, nope, we're out.
Fair enough.
But that invasion was stopped at the Battle of Silvertear.
Which has been referenced already.
And is shown in the 1.0 trailer.
Okay.
And that is where Midgard-Sorma destroyed their massive airship.
Midgard-Sorma being the dragon.
Yes.
So he's only been asleep like fairly recently then.
He died. The explosion of the ship killed him.
Okay.
And the remnants of the ship and his corpse, which is entangled around that ship,
is right outside, right? It's in Moldova.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the Ishgardians have asked you, the Scions, to look out for.
Yeah. Yeah, because how they worded it, it sounded more like he'd been dead for a long while, not 15 years.
It's relative.
Well, for 15 years for Eorzeans is like 1500 years for an Ishgardian.
No, more along the lines of, I imagine average lifespan is probably not much more than 50 or 60 years for most people.
Yeah. Given the time period, that would make sense. I'd probably actually put it more towards 40 to 50.
There's
But
enough
I mean,
old people
I
around.
guess they've got enough magic that they could like deal with most things. Like magic is just unexplained science. But either way, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's going to become relevant as you go through the game, so it's important you're aware.
Sure. When one is in need of precious commodities, it helps to have friends in the right places. Fortunately, I'm well acquainted with the charming daughter of a successful Uldaran import merchant. Okay, Thancred. We don't need the story of your love life, quite personally. These two have been telling me stories about the corrupted crystal formations that appeared following the calamity. I'll need more data before I can draw a conclusion, but I'm intrigued by the potential of their untapped energies. We were putting strappling adventurers the night we saw we were stripling adventurers the night we saw fire rain down from the sky. A pillar of light scorched the heavens. What a sight that was, eh, Colonet? Oh, it's Coltonet, is Tenant, isn't it? Or Coltonet, one or the other. Anyway, Hori and I were in Eastern Thanalan when a colossal shard of Dalamund pierced the ground. We stood witness to the subsequent explosion of Aether and watched dumbfounded as the swirling energy solidified into those twisting crystal structures that we know so well. Is everything in order, Ilya? Are you ready to attend to us? It's Zach! Zach, or is it Zell?
Zell.
Zell, isn't it? Yeah. You knew who I was talking about, though, right?
Yep.
A pleasure as always, Ilya. You'll be escorting us to the escorting the commander to Uldar, I take it. Actually, I had another task in mind for her. If you'd be so kind as to repeat your reports for her benefit. Right then. Me and mine have been making inquiries into the source of the weapons that found their way into the refugees' hands a ways back. So happens that we caught wind of something promising. A rather large-scale purchase of sharp and pointy things by a black marketeer holed up near Highbridge. I doubt that this man would have secured such a quantity of weapons if he did not already have clients waiting. Clients that, for whatever reason, would prefer that this transaction to remain secret. Brings to mind that merchant what caught an arrow while talking to Ilya, don't it? Generous fellow he was, doling out swords and spears to the downtrodden and disgruntled. Which isn't to say that these clients have the same mischief in mind. But if you want to be sure, might be prudent to intervene before they collect their goods. Savvy? Oh, so he's from Limsa then?
That's where you recruited him.
Oh, we actually recruited him from there. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was him or whether he was one of the other ones that just joined that we didn't recruit.
No.
Oh, so it's him. Okay. He was one of the former Company of Heroes.
Company of Heroes. Yep. He's the guy who directed you to the Aetheryte to get you to Titan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seizing the weapons before they fall into the wrong hands would be for the best. However, if we strike at the appointed hour, we might capture the Black Marketeer as well as his clients. What say you, Ilya? Then it is settled. Rendezvous with Captain Ilbred at Highbridge and intervene when the exchange takes place. Now then, if you would excuse me, I must leave for Uldar. I expect good tidings. Don't keep Captain Ilbrand waiting for too long, lass. He might have to start without you. He won't. Anyway, to Highbridge. No, not that. The other one.
Camp soaking wet bone.
Indeed. Or Camp Wetskin.
No, that just sounds not safe for work.
No, conversations I had yesterday were not safe for work. Right. Aha. Ah, Ilya, my scouts have been keeping a close eye on the Black Marketeer, and it would seem that his guests have arrived. Ugh. It would also seem that he has hired more than a few men to stand guard. Common thugs of no consequence, but they nevertheless pose a threat. Even so, I feel compelled to apologize. This is far beneath a woman of your standing, and Commander Levier needn't have dispatched you hither. But powerful men have need of loyal, able-bodied friends. Having found one in you, it is only natural that he would come to rely upon you without hesitation. Look, if you want to say he's making me his bitch, just say it, alright? Now then, we should make for the burning wall without delay, and secure those weapons. The first unit will ensure that these clients do not escape. With me, Ilya. The burning wall. I'm fairly certain I need to kill something on the burning wall. Yeah, I need to kill 4 Mirror Knights. If I run into them.
Oh, you will.
If I run into them, I'll be changing to Dragoon. Oh, okay, we are quite literally are going into the burning wall. Alright. Well, I'm going to stay as this until... I was like, why are we seeing our Margie here? Oh, wait, no, we are actually still in Thanalan. I spy the one man, but where are the others? There shall be others. I've a plan. While you approach the sentry and create a distraction, my men and I will slip past and catch the Black Marketeer unawares. Once you've disposed of the thugs, wait for us outside the tunnel's entrance. Any questions? Then let us be off. Good luck, my friend. Why do I have a feeling this isn't going to work? No, there's... Ooh. I am not going to be able to kill them. No, I might be able to.
Do it on Dragoon.
What, the Mirror Knights? I'm not going to be able to do the quest on them, no. Yeah, I'll probably have to wait until I'm a little higher level. Because I'm only level 34. Go this one. I just thought, you know, when in Rome.
Eat pizza?
Exactly. Who goes there? An adventurer? Damned fool. You'd never have come here. You sure? Just spam AoE. Oh, you. It's only you? Sure, I'll fight you normally. Pop, pop, pop. Yeah, well. That was fun. Oh, hello there, sir. Don't understand. What's this all about? Yeah. Oh well, time to go and investigate what the hell's going on in here. You know, we're not listening to what we were told. Ill-bred. What did you do? Why is he dead? As you can see, this is a fine mess. When I tried to restrain him, he drew a hidden blade and lashed out. But before I could disarm him, one of my subordinates panicked, and this is the result. How foolish of me to underestimate the bastard. And to bring an inexperienced recruit. Commander Leviel will be most disappointed. Damn it all. A golden opportunity. Wasted. As for the clients, though we know not how they slipped past our perimeter. At present, the first is currently tracking a party of Duskrite sellswords we suspect may be them. Would that we could have enlisted the aid of the Immortal Flames or the Brass Blades. Alas, we're here to aid them. They're in no position to aid us. Well, I mean, the Blades are basically keeping a tab on the flames from the sound of things. Well, at the very least, we've secured the weapons. Yet, even that accomplishment is lacking. The information we received indicated a massive shipment. This is anything but. That is true. Something is not right. I will join the first in the hunt for the dusk white sellswords. If the gods are good, we will catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. In the meantime, I ask that you deliver these weapons to Uldar in my stead. Entrust them to the third Yuyuhase. You will take care of the rest. Alright, but whereabouts in Uldar is he? He's nowhere near the Ether, right? In the middle of nowhere. Nope, no, that's the wrong way. Not going to the Weavers Guild right now. Did you hear, my friend? I've received my first official assignment as a full-fledged member of the Crystal Braves. Congratulations, Wilred. Why, Ilya, this is a surprise. Aresh had wished for me to thank you for helping us to rescue her from the Castrum Sentry. How fortunate that we could meet again so soon. Ah, the Warrior of Light. Ever reliable friend to the Crystal Braves. You have my deepest thanks for your assistance in Corthus. Now, what brings you to us this day? Here, have this crate of weapons. Thud. A gift of weapons from a certain black marketeer, courtesy of Captain Ilbred, you say? Understood. Once we've catalogued the context, I'll have them delivered to the Holders of Flames. This cannot be everything, can it? Roll stated with confidence that there will be far greater quantity of weapons. A blatant falsehood. Clearly, Raoul is unfamiliar with the ways of Uldar merchants, whoever strive to present themselves as greater than they are. We should be thankful that his information was not completely erroneous, and that we managed to achieve anything of worth at all. It's still something worth celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? Besides, we've got more important things to worry about, like fighting those Garleans up north. There'll be no fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our orders are to stand watch, not to seek glory in battle. If you have no further need for us, then I shall take my units to the ceruleum processing plant. Time for the Fourth to earn their keep, eh? And fight well, Aliani, for the freedom of all. Excellent work as always, my friend. Rest assured that the Immortal Flames will hear of your contribution until we meet again. Ilya, a word, if you please. Not here. Look for me at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. No need for whistling this time. Don't you worry. Well, I mean, you're in a bright blue suit. It's gonna be difficult to miss you. There was also that other quest you had us pick up that we just still haven't done anything with.
Yeah.
Alright, Raoul. Thanks for indulging me request. Few places better than a market for privacy, I find. All the hustling and the bustling of commerce means most conversations go unnoticed. I'll get to the point. In the Burning Wall, when you and the captain interrupted the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything. Leave no detail out. That's not quite how the first told it. Those dusk rides they were chasing. Latest word is that we lost the trail. But you never saw him yourself. Not before the fighting started and not after. Something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in my bones. Have you ever traitor in the Braves? Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not daft enough to be misled by some merchant's drunken boasts. Our information was reliable, goddammit. I know he purchased those weapons. Humph. As if I've never deciphered a moneylender's books. Or had to follow a transaction back to its source. Did plenty of that back when the Braves were getting started, believe me. The commander wanted assurances that we weren't taking a gill from the wrong sort of benefactors. Of course, these days the money flows like water, and the first and third get the shiniest new toys. No. No, they didn't. We didn't. No, we wouldn't have stolen the Crystal Braves wouldn't have stolen the weapons for themselves. Forgive me, friend. I've a lot on my mind these days, and I appreciate you lending an ear. Right then, let's get back to it.
We are going to need to invest in stocks of red string before you get your corkboard.
Is that, or it just... I could get like a proper white... I want to get it like a proper whiteboard for it as well. So I'd have a corkboard on one side. I can flip it over to a whiteboard or something. I can just use a whiteboard instead as well. Ilya, can you hear me? This is Tataru. Tataru? Your presence is urgently requested at the Rising Stones. Please come and see me as soon as you're able. Is it worth me doing that other quest now from the Waking Sands?
No.
Alright. Are you saying once I get to the thing? If I get to the thing?
Once you're through the dungeon...
Mm.
Yeah, possibly.
Alright, back to more donuts. New sponsor for the channel, Red String. Check it at, check the at the end of each expansion, see how close you were. Yeah. Oh, things have changed, because Moonbraider isn't here, and none of the, well, some of the others are. Who's actually missing? Moonbraider, oh, obviously Urionje is missing. Much changed? No. Just Moonbraider is missing.
Well, she was going to drop by Uyunjo.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's home alone.
Exactly.
Thank you for coming so quickly, Ilya. We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. A most, determined lady, by all indications. Oh, is it... what's her face? I forget her name already. Sir Turmeric's second in command? Oh, the Rising Chorus. I see Dagron. I see undead Dagron. Tartaru seems eager to escort you to the Solar. Our guest is with the Antecedents in the Solar at present. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, shall we? I mean, I'll be able to check the corkboard if I... oh yeah, Lucia. Yeah, if I could afford the stuff for it, but it's just not possible. At this point, it would be more unnerving if he spoke plainly. Oh, you're talking about Urianger. Unexpected tidings from the north. Born by the Lord Commander's second. What manner of wind bloweth this day? Good of you to join us. We have much to discuss. This is not the time for idle chatter. Don't you tell me what I can and can't do.
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. I believe the two of you have met.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
You sound too standoffish.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm.
Alarm, okay. Sound the alarm.
Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the Dragonstar is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald, only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Garlean fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Urianger has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragonstar portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgard Zorma had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgard Zorma. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept?
Don't exactly have much of a choice. We'd already said that we would for
We knew you would not
turmeric.
disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
By the time
Prepare
you're
for
ready,
what, pray tell?
we'll deal with it.
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Oh, the dragon's just going to become more agitated in their homeland. Forgive me if I state aught which you already knew, but I would ensure that you understand the nature of your destination. As Keronzi stated, what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of the Agrius, former flagship of the Imperial fleet, and the corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction. 15 years ago, as the next step in his campaign to subjugate Eorzea, Gaius van Belsar attempted to seize control of Moldova. So massive was his force that all thought his victory a foregone conclusion. But an unlikely ally came to Eorzea's aid that day. Midgar Soma, legendary guardian of the Silver Tear Falls, burst forth from beneath the waters of the lake and led a host of dragons against the Garlean airships overhead. In what would later become known as the Battle of Silver Tear Skies, the Great Worm felled countless airships before engaging the Agrius. In the ensuing struggle, the flagship's ceruleum engines failed, and it tumbled into the lake below. Yet the victory came at great cost, for the explosion which followed claimed the life of the Great Worm as well. That same explosion transformed Silver Tear Falls into the desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its waters and crystallizing aether from mounds around. Yet a remnant of the lake remains, and its center is a constant reminder of that fateful day long ago. In accordance with Sir Turmeric's wishes, our Doman allies have been standing watch over the Keeper of the Lake. It would be wise to speak with them before investigating the wreckage yourself. Be careful, my friend. We know not what the dangers await you within. Now then, let us not neglect our own tasks. There is much to be done, and precious time to do it. Before I depart, I must need speak with the attendant in private. You'd be so kind. Yeah, no problem.
Right, I need to grab a drink, do some bits before the next few steps you go through. So I shall be back in a bit.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no worries. I'm going to keep going. You're in luck, miss. I was about to send word to Roland Toll about the Garleans. Of late, I have seen small airships, likely from Castrum Sentry, come and go from the Keeper of the Lake. Though I cannot say for certain at this distance, I believe they may be salvaging something from within the wreckage. The Castrum supply lines have been cut for some time, and I'd wager they're desperate in need of spare parts or other equipment. Their fucking around with it has woken Mistress Soma. So it's true then, the Ishgardians honestly fear that the worm might rise again? Well, from here, that seems rather unlikely. But if it's assurances they want, we've no choice but to inspect the corpse in its entirety. Easier said than done, given the creature The creatures which inhabit the wreckage, and the aforementioned Guardians who won't take kindly to your presence. They're sure to fire upon an airship, so I'd advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades to the base of the Agrius. Then climb to the top. That's the only viable approach, I'd say. Keeper of the Lake, now accessible. I can do here. I don't think so. Yeah, Porthos. Up, 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 up. Alright, I'm gonna take a very quick break, I think. I need to get up, stretch my legs. So, for Twitch channel, that gives you a chance to do it, but YouTube, we're gonna pause you very quickly. We'll see you in about a second. YouTube, we have returned. While we wait for Shin to make his return, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go and start working on my dailies for the day. At least the ones that I've been deemed to do because I don't like doing roulette. So I'm not going to read these because I've kind of read them all. So do the seals, then you'll have even more dailies. Yeah, that's true. I want to get the axles as well. The axles as well. Those are not ones that I need one of the frickin' things from. That should be okay. I saw that he needed talking to. Whoops, didn't actually mean to activate that, but okay.
Where are you?
I am in Thanaland.
Why?
Because I unlocked the dungeon and was waiting for you to return.
Sorry. Had to do my test, take my old man tablets.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Listen, I wasn't sure how long you were going to be, so I figured I stepped away myself. And I'm like, well, he's not back. I might as well do something to pass the time rather than just standing around.
Stand around.
No.
Yes.
No. I gotta do something to make good content.
You could have told an amusing anecdote.
I don't have amusing anecdotes. Did you met me?
No.
No.
Never.
No, you haven't. Exactly.
Don't even know who you are. I just joined a random Discord.
Yeah, complete stranger. Who are you? What are you doing here?
My name is Jonathan, and I am not emptying your bank account.
Of course not. Why is my bank empty? What have you done with it? YouTube, Twitch, for reference, this is a bit. Don't get me in trouble, please. I'd like my channel.
But if I knew what would get you in trouble, I probably wouldn't do it.
True.
But it seems what gets you in trouble changes every other day.
Yeah, I mean, as people push the boundaries of what can and can't get you in trouble, only probably. So there's still a chance. Exactly. I mean, like, Twitch or YouTube could change their mind at any given moment. Yeah, the next dungeon is now open.
Equal the lake.
Yeah.
Okay, well, throw me a party invite.
I mean, it's likely to throw me back there anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keeper of the Lake. 15 years ago, the skies above Silvertear Falls, the invading forces of the 14th Legion were set upon by a host of dragons. Leading the charge was Midgard Soma, legendary king of kings, who engaged the Garlean flagship, the Agrius, in battle. In the end, both Midgard Soma and his foe fell to the earth, and their tangled remains stand as a memorial to this day. A ruined airship and a charred corpse of the old worm lord who brought it low, forever devoid of life. Ready?
Yep.
Still Goku, I see.
Yep. Oh, there's the path.
Giant crabs. What was that?
That was a big piece of wall that fell down.
Okay. As long as it wasn't Dragon's tail.
No.
Up.
Yeah, Mr. Samurai decided we were doing a larger pull.
Something else is coming in.
Yeah, dungeon environments start to get a bit more animated.
Alright. Where are they going?
They're going the wrong way. Well, they're going the right way, sorry. I'm going.
We're going for loot.
Pick up treasure. Is it annoying?
Why does he insist on being a tank?
He's got the returners thing, so he's probably coming back for Dawn Trail.
Oh, is that what that flower is?
Yeah. Right, so this guy, there's going to be environmental stuff dropping in.
Okay.
So, fair bit of AoE, fair bit of movement.
Yep. Oh, hello. Well, that one coming. What the hell are you doing?
Took a wallop.
Yeah, I was already prepared. I saw them well out of position. And you're taking a beating for it.
That's fine.
Away or in the center?
Where you are.
Oh shit! I should have pulled them.
Well, people's got to learn.
Oh, they were not off in time, god damn it.
Don't worry too much about me, I've got mitigation.
Sure. Over the far side, I see. Do I have to... I can only pull one of you. Yeah. Nearby at the very least. Oh.
It's the alarum.
Indeed.
This can get messy, so bear with me.
Trying.
Why are you not attacking the food conductor?
Oh, that's a big AoE.
Yep. That's why I wanted to get into this guy as quickly as possible. So that we can try and take him out.
Oh, fuck. Stand in front of him. Ah, shit. At least my heal was going off. Oh, I'd already cast the heal when I checked out the window.
Have to wait for the samurai.
Did no one pick up the key?
There was a reason I did that. If the samurai had already run over to turn the barrier down.
He really is in a rush.
Yep. Right, this is going to be somewhat similar to the last one. Lots of AoE. There's ads, if I remember.
All right.
Oh, that's a continuum. Okay. Let me
Yeah,
step out.
let's not stand in that, please, sir. Ads.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That was my own fault. Big thing.
Yep.
Oh, you ass. I was not expecting you to do that.
I did say keep an eye on
Yeah, no, I was not. Yeah, no, but I was not expecting him to go from one into another one. And, like, cut corner, essentially.
Yeah. Well, this is something else the bosses start to do, is adding mechanics together, expanding them.
Yeah, yeah. That's fine. Like, once I've seen it once, I will remember it. It's just seeing it, you know?
We're gonna have constant
AoE again.
AoE.
Yeah. Same as the other Garlean. Yeah. Oh. Let me cast my spells, goddammit.
Right. Haven't you heard? He was unnecessary.
Yeah, I know. Let me have what little healing I can do for the next 2 days until they take the game down and we're no longer needed.
Oh dear! I saw Zeppler, one of the more well-known Final Fantasy XIV streamers, go through the Kotaku
post on that.
Yeah. It was embarrassing for whoever wrote it.
Oh, what? The article on it?
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause a lot of it seems sort of half-generated by ChatGPT.
I would half expect that most news organisations are using ChatGPT now.
A lot of it was information that was conjecture from 6 months ago.
Right.
Which has now been demonstrated to be false and incorrect. And displayed an absolute lack of understanding of most of the actual mechanics of the gameplay.
Well, yeah, most news reporters have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to the actual game. Well, the actual games that they're like reviewing.
The person claimed to be a regular player
on my bones,
and an astrologian from slumber. Yeah, astrologian.
Oh, we woke the dragon? Sorry, cutscene. Now we fight a dragon ghost.
Dragon ghost or ghost dragon?
Sure. Well, let's see what happens.
Death.
Yep. Oh. Kill his ass, I assume? Nope,
yeah,
invalid
once they
target.
become targetable. Okay. They do become targetable.
Get
ready to run out.
Uh-oh.
There we go. I think gather the centre.
Don't worry, I got us. Hey, you idiot. Oh, they're dead. How did they not die to that? They were in that AoE. Why are these people not moving? I mean, if they're still in the party when I get out of this, I know who's getting my accommodation. Let me give you a hint. It's not the samurai.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't as bad as some of the players I've seen when it comes to wanting to go faster than the tank is wanting to go.
Earned a moment's reprieve.
He's saying that Heidelin is why I've got a moment's reprieve? What are you talking about?
Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star.
I like Midgard Soma.
My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn.
Oh, Ishgard shall burn, okay.
Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. We do not forget. We do not forgive.
Oh, the dragons are returning.
7 children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end. Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent.
What?
Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
Excuse me? Did we just get another crystal? What is he doing to the crystals? Why are the crystals all extinguishing? What? What's going on? I thought he consented. He just destroyed the Echo?
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker. Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing.
Oh, so we took away Hydaelyn's blessing? What the hell?
Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more.
Oh, we limited because she couldn't answer. Interesting. Baby Dagron!
The covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait. Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth our beginning and an end.
That was a lot. You may summon Midritsoma by selecting the corresponding entry within your minion guide under character in the main menu. So I got a new minion. Yay! Summon Midritsoma, not the big one, the little one.
And that is why I really wanted you to be doing this dungeon today.
Jesus, that was a lot.
Yep.
So, alright, corkboard.
Okay, lay it on me.
Oh, so from what I can gather from what he was saying, I mean, obviously, midway through, it seemed like Heidelin intervened when he went to go and smote us.
Right.
But she could do very little. At which point he's like, alright, no, fine, I see what you're doing here. You're offering us protection. But he also realizes, seeing as he seems to be an entity, while not on par with Heidelin and this Dark God, somewhat akin to it. Maybe a rung lower. And hasn't enough power, but basically just stripped us of our protection. Whether he stripped us of the Echo or not remains to be seen, but definitely the protection that Heidelin affords us, because Heidelin can't provide us any protection after dealing with the Ultima weapon. I mean, they've already said that Heidelin hasn't spoken to us since then. But we now have Midrasoma's blessing. And protection to a point.
You have a little baby dragon stalker.
Yeah. I mean, it's saying, like you said, he stripped us of her binding, essentially. Like, we were bound by her, and there was nothing that could really be done. Because she's powerless right now. Or at least not as powerful as she needs to be to have any kind of help for us. But he's given us some form of blessing and some form of protection. To a point. It's not like he's going to like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm just going to lend you everything so you could defend yourself. It's like, if we don't, it's kind of more of a deal with the devil, as it were. It's like, you help us. Like, if you, as long as you, like, fulfill the needs that I need you to do, I'll give you protection. But as soon as you do something I don't like, well, I'm not going to protect you. But at the very least, he's not going to kill us. He just said that if I die, it will not be from him.
Yeah.
Interesting. This is why I say a whiteboard would be better. Because at least the really sort of whiteboard, I can write on the names and everything. With a corkboard, I'd actually have to have printouts of everything in advance, which I can't really have.
No.
Because
spoilery.
Spoilering.
So,
but now there's only one minion I can have out. I'm fairly certain I've seen this minion flying around before.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's part of the main scenario, everybody gets it.
Yeah. Alright, I assume now I... Oh, no. I gotta speak to the Dome and Watch. Okay. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
There is an awful lot of lore around the dragons.
Mm-hmm. And you're gonna be keeping me away from it.
Most of it, you learn a lot of the lore of the dragons and Ishgard in Heaven's Ward.
Yeah.
There is more lore tucked away in a series of raids.
Which we will now be doing. But when I can.
Yeah. You gotta finish Stormblood to get to those.
Okay.
There is even more in Endwalker.
Okay. I mean, it's sounding like the dragons, I mean, as are wont in any fantasy setting, seem to be heavily tied to the world itself. In a way. Or at the very least, have a shit ton of lore around them. Because,
There
you know,
is a shit ton
dragons.
of lore around them.
No, they're dragons. That's what you expect. Alright. Let me continue on. Let me get back to town. And then I'm probably going to call it because it's getting late.
Mm-hmm.
I was beginning to fear the worst. Were those explosions I saw? Ah, but you shouldn't waste time talking to me. Alphino left a message stating that you were to return to the Rising Stone at once. Oh dear. Alphino, what have you done, buddy? Have you spoken with Commander Liviere yet? He's been pacing again. Oh dear. Well, I say I go back here, but will you let me know where I should, how far I should go with the quests? But I probably should be looking to stop soonish. It's hot.
Yeah, I would say hand this in and you're good.
Alright. Truth interpreted is truth transformed. Today's heroes may yet become tomorrow's gods. Something else. Welcome home, Ilya. Alphino was worried sick about you. Why don't you go and set his mind at ease? Praise the 12 that you are hale and whole. I came as soon as Minfilia informed me of Sir Turmeric's request. You have completed your investigation of the Keeper of the Lake, I take it? Then I would hear your report. Well, have fun learning what I did. You conversed with Midgar Soma? I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it as, with considerable skepticism. Are we to understand that the Worm Lord did not perish, and has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? Less a resurrection and more a rejuvenation, for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Clearly an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Turmeric immediately. I mean, that was before he realized that I was Heidelin's bitch. That he clearly just liberated from. He may not change his tact. Yeah, we'll see. However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Midgard Soma in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk, lest we forget men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For your own protection and for the sake of our tenuous relationship with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelation to Sir Turmeric's emissary, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now. But she will bust in here and, like, execute me on the spot. Is there something you're not telling us, Ilya? You seem different somehow. It's almost as if you are missing something. Something important. Infilia realizes. So we have lost the echo? 12 forfend. Midgard Soma stripped you of the blessing of the light? Are you alright? How do you feel? Oh, so we're no longer essentially a warrior of light. Interesting. I see. It is a relief to hear that you are otherwise unharmed. It beggars belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgard Soma made mention of a covenant, did he not? One that the ancient myths regarding Silver Tear Falls states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm. Althak and Nymera, brother Time and sister Fate, decreed that Midsoma ever watch over the source, from which all water and magic was said to flow. I wonder, if this was the covenant of which he spoke, 'twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Heidelin herself? Well, if he is watching over you as he claims, mayhaps you will have an opportunity to ask. Let us keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly. Art thou a pawn, or master of thy fate? What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal? I mean, he's got a point. But I have a feeling he's going to be popping up quite a lot now in conversation.
Like I said, little baby dragon stalker.
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale. I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different.
Yeah, no, this one will be different.
And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
You and me both, Althano, you and me both. The Ishgardians have warred with the Dravanians for centuries. No, nearly 1,000 years. In all that time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Yet regardless of how strong these magical wards may be, I nevertheless fear that the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. Though it was not Midgar Soma who roared, a call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance and pray that our fears are unfounded. Aether on demand. Okay. Oh, right. So.
Yeah.
Interesting. Lot to digest.
Yep. You are getting the lore needed to set you up for Heaven's Ward.
Is he just
and
he's
its
just
story.
sitting on my shoulder without me asking? Does it do that automatically in some locations?
Randomly.
Okay.
Quite a lot of the flying minions will just randomly come and perch on your shoulder.
I was wondering how you guys were doing it.
They'll just come over and take a perch.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, with that, there are some more thoughts that I've had, but I will wait until we get to Heaven's Ward proper. Which then begs the question as to how I'm going to do something like that. So I mean, what it is doing the. You know what? Let me head in here, and then I'm gonna go transition to black screen. I really need to get rid of the black screen at some point, though. Oh, all right then. That was a lot to take in. So, as I said, not entirely sure how we're gonna do it, because I guess it very much depends upon when we kind of get to Heaven's Ward, like when we finish the quest and everything like that. So, because what I would like to do, I think as Keronzi had put, and I think that you had mentioned as well, is just like seeing the trailer and then like getting my theories and everything like that.
Yeah.
So something that might be interesting So probably doing something like that, but doing it towards the end. Like if I can time it well, do it towards the end of the stream. Watch the trailer for the expansion, or not the trailer, or what the in-game video.
Yeah.
The movie. Watch that.
Yeah.
Then theory craft, because there are some things that I've kind of been thinking on, is also just playing further into it. Because also it may also come to a head at points as well later in the story, seeing as you're mentioning that there is more lore given for the dragons in later expansions as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm also
Well,
just kind of...
let me put this to you this way. The journey that you go through as the story,
yeah,
is also one of knowledge.
Right.
All right. So as you go through, you learn more and more about almost everything to do with and in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff which is discussed already as theory. You find out how close or wrong those theories are.
Yeah.
A lot of assumptions and history and lore and knowledge that is given to you by characters in game will be challenged, examined, and answered.
Yeah.
Not just the dragons.
Mm. Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah, you have a lot of those lore dumps coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad you enjoy them.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it's the entire point of it, really, isn't it?
Is the lore. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a reason why my store is called Lore Objects.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll keep some of my ruminations for when we get to that point. Hopefully, I mean, it'll probably be next week at this point that we may finish the story, because I very much doubt we're going to get through most of it. And even like we've got a long cutscene coming, we're definitely watching it tomorrow, especially if we're going to at least start work on the coils.
Yeah. I mean, just cutscenes in coils are a lot.
Yeah. So there'd be a lot to unpack from that alone, probably.
Yeah, and time.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
Yeah.
Something that I'll just remind for YouTube, and as obviously you are one of my mods as well, it's good for you to know at the very least that I mentioned at the start. I'm going with obviously Dawn Trail releasing this week. My policy on spoiler is going to become draconian. Any kind of spoiler will just please ban straight out if you see it in chat. Like
no mercy then.
No, there is absolutely zero mercy. Especially as I have seen like the producers and like another that draconian. But yeah, I've seen articles of like the producers and all that saying like respect other people, like don't spoil the story.
Yeah.
I can full well imagine like even people joking around or anything like that. If you know I've experienced it, fine. But if I haven't, I do not care. Just swing that banhammer freely.
Yeah.
I will inform Gray, as Gray's probably the only other person on my mod team who knows.
Right.
Don't forget this word. Need to post it. Oh, yeah, that's fair. What I'll do is I can send you a message on Teams so that when you get back, it just pops up and we can discuss. But yes, YouTube, there's a warning for you as well in your comments. As I said at the start, it's first time playthrough, and in light of Dawn Trail's release, there's a potentiality that more people are seeing my videos now. It will be draconian. 100% draconian on spoilers.
Right. I'll just ban myself right now then.
Look, you're fine because you are the curator.
Yeah.
You're fine. Game mechanics is fine. It says no backseating. I realize people just ignore those tags. So we just make fun of them for doing that.
Yep.
And then promptly ignore them. And I just play the game how I want to play. But yeah, spoilers is just nah. But yeah. YouTube, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate if you made it to the end of this video. Likes, comments, subscribes go a very long way to helping this channel grow, getting this video noticed by that algorithm. I have those comments down below, so I will respond to you in kind, so long as you are giving me non-spoiler comments. As I said, if I've experienced the plot up until now, you are free to talk about it. But anything past where I am will be met with full force of the banhammer. But hey, there are links down below for the Lore Objects merch store as well as my throne links. If you want to click on those, it helps me out as well. But until next time, YouTube, you stay safe in this broken masquerade.